Hello, everyone. Welcome to Asian Connection. I'm Mary Sitt. Most of us who commute to work hop in our cars or take the bus or train. But our next guest pedals to work. That's right, he rides his bike 15 miles one way from his home in West Houston to downtown. Hal Lee is a labor attorney at Houston Metro and earned his law degree from St. Mary's University School of Law and his BS in advertising from UT Austin. Hal Lee's passion is biking, and he's here to tell us how he does it and why he does this. Hal? Where is Hal? Hal, you pedaled into work into the studio this morning?
Good morning, Mary. How are you?
You look too cool and collected to have pedaled 15 miles all the way downtown.
It's a cool morning, so this is great riding weather.
So this is normal for you. You do this all the time, right?
Yes, on average, I do it about 3 to 5 times a week when the schedule allows for it. And it's a great way to get into work every day.
And how long does it take you?
It takes me about 45 minutes. And depending upon the weather, sometimes with the wind or rain, sometimes takes a little bit less, sometimes takes a little bit more. So.
And you go down through Memorial Park?
I go through Memorial Park. I go through Memorial Drive and then Memorial Park, and then I meander through Wall Drive, West Gray, then I get into downtown.
So you take the same route I do, but I drive, and you get there about the same amount of time.
Yes, I see the similar cars every day at the same time.
How did you get into commuting to work? That's pretty unusual. Not many people commute to work.
Well, actually,
by bike.
It started with work because I work at Metro, and we're a regional transportation authority. And one of the things that started was the bike on buses. And so when we were allowed to put bikes on the local buses and travel with it, it was a great idea. And so I started to put my bike on the bus and drive and come in that way. And then after a while, I started commuting more and more on the bike and less bus and no car.
So you would put your bike on the bus, take the bus into work, and then bike home?
Yes.
And that would be sort of your workout every day, is that right?
That was all in one. Workout, stress reliever, saving money, going home. So.
Now, how dangerous is it? Just being a driver in a car is pretty dangerous in Houston. How dangerous is it to be a biker on the road in Houston?
That's one of the criticisms and what worries people when they first talk about commuting is the safety in Houston traffic and on the streets. But I think that if you choose the right route, Houston has a map of all the biking routes where there are some that are even dedicated bike lanes.
Okay.
And I think that if you take a little bit of time and just kind of study the map and plot your course, then I think it'd be very safe. The cars is just one. I think the others that you have to watch out for are the potholes, and I think those, to me, are sometimes more dangerous, or all those cracks with the drought that we've had and the road conditions. And so it's not as dangerous as people think. It just takes a little bit of planning. And, of course, you're not going to be, on the frontage road of 610 or I-10. You
try to do the back roads.
You try to do the back roads through the neighborhoods.
What percentage of your ride to work every day is like dedicated bike trail versus road you share with cars?
Yeah, I wish it was more, but I'll probably say it's only about 25%.
Oh, okay.
But the rest of the times, like when I go through Memorial, I go through a residential area, and there's enough room, and if you flow with traffic, and this is where you have to be a little bit, comfortable on your bike. And when you flow with traffic, cars kind of know you. Similar to a motorcycle, but just a little bit slower.
Right.
You use your hand signals. And after a while, I think that they're used to you as well as you're used to them. And there's a comfort level that you develop as you do it more.
Okay. So. Now, Hal, you're a guy, but I'm a girl, okay? So most women would say, okay, we can't do this. We're going to arrive at the office with helmet hair. Our makeup's going to be dripping, especially in hot, humid weather, which is Houston 80% of the time. Today it's cool, but most of the time it's not, especially in the summer. And you do this in the summer too, right?
Exactly.
So how do you clean up and, scrub up for the office and look professional by the time you start your day at work?
Again,
to me, smell professional.
Yes.
What do you do?
It all takes planning. Just like for safety on the streets, I think that there's many ways to become, look the professional part and go to work. Where we work, I'm very fortunate to have the YMCA close to us.
Okay.
And being a member there, you get to use their facilities and shower with a locker. And so people with a gym membership, I definitely would encourage them to use that as part of their commuting.
Okay.
Now, if you don't have one, and people that I work with and elsewhere, they have showers in their facilities.
Right.
And that is
That's
a win-win
wonderful.
situation. But the worst case scenario in the sense that, you know, you not membership, there's no facilities, and you have an office and you have a bathroom, I think you can be creative.
And you have been creative, right?
You have to be
Before
creative.
that Y membership.
Yes, exactly.
What is it, wet wipes?
Yes, wet wipes. I think one of the things that that having kids really helped me was the
Creative part.
Yes, was the baby wipes.
Yes.
Was and using of that. So there's many usage for wipes, and you know and the long hair. Yeah, you know, so it's not 100%, but again, I think if you work towards it in like little baby steps and incremental steps, I think you can get there.
Okay.
So.
And you keep a change of clothes, obviously, in your office. 5 shirts, 3 pairs of pants, you were telling me earlier.
Right. So I have a wardrobe in my office and conspicuously, you know, put away with ties and everything. So when you are ready, then, you know, you can dress and
Now, Hal,
work.
you don't do this to save the earth, to reduce your carbon footprint, to get exercise, really. I mean, why do you really do this?
You know, I really do it. I feel very fortunate that I've gotten to the point where I'm able to commute because, as everybody knows, being in a car, rush hour traffic, I mean, I look at people and I remember the stress that you go under.
I was gripping the steering wheel
Yes,
this morning trying to not let cars get in.
with cell phones, I think it's a little bit better, but you're still sitting there. I really do it for just overall stress relief. I think it's a great break in the day.
Because you sit all day.
Right. You sit all day if you're in an office. And so for that hour, whatever happens during the day, and stress accumulates, for that hour that it takes you from riding to your office to your home, it's a great way to decompress. So when you get home, you don't need that extra hour to decompress. And all the fringe benefits, as you already said, you know, carbon footprint, workout, saving money, all that are, you know, just a great, you know, added value. But the main for me is just that decompression.
So you just de-stress. And what do you think
Yes.
about on the way home? You just...
Absolutely nothing.
Do you plug it and listen? Tell me the truth, or do you keep your?
Sometimes I do. I do both. I put the volume down. So sometimes if I just want to tune out, listen to music, and just kind of enjoy the ride, I do that.
But it's important to be able to hear the sounds around
Yes,
you,
and that's
right,
why
in
you have to
traffic?
turn it down low.
Okay.
And I really recommend people who use that only if you are really comfortable with your bike and the traffic and the conditions of the road. I've ridden this road for 3 years.
Okay.
If this is a new route, you definitely need to pay attention. I would not use that on a new route. So it kind of takes what you're comfortable with.
Okay.